Hello everyone, welcome to Chroma Zero, this month's monthly metroidbrainia. I haven't heard too much about it apart from what has been said in the metroidbrainia Discord, but I'm excited to give it a go. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh, it's pretty, isn't it? I'm liking these colors already. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Wow. So it's kind of like a puzzle room, isn't it? Very much like, it reminds me of Antechamber a lot, like just starting out here initially. What have we got? Keyboard and mouse, left mouse button to interact, escape key to pause, movement WASD, mouse, left shift to run, oh, that's good to know, and zoom to Z. It's always worth pushing a big glowing button, right? Always, always worth. Oh, okay, perfect. Uh, the mouse is a little bit sensitive for me at the moment, but I can change that, I assume. Let's press this big glowing button. Oh my god, oh no. Uh, I get a little bit motion sick, so when things like that happen, oh my god, the whole world is just destroyed. What are we gonna do? Oh, yes, hello. Can you help me? Perhaps. I love the art style. I love the way that it's um what's the word? Been laid out so far. Yes. My stuff. Actually, this happens a lot. The balance is pretty delicate here. You're new here. Do you have just that one body? Yes. Seems like you experience time only forwards. I don't know about that. Fancy that, a linear corporal. Yeah, I haven't seen that LC in what? I'm not sure because I exist outside of time. I bet you can help though. You look like a bright one. Oh, I don't know about that, my friend. What do you say? Want to give it a shot? Sure. Here's a show of good faith. Hold your reset input and I'll bring you back to the beginning. For an LC that might be a little strange, sure, I'll just roll with it. You should definitely find me down there. I'll leave a little present for you. Up here. That should help. I'll leave a little present for you. Okay, hope you like hexagons. I do, yeah. I like hexagons. Okay then. See you, is it momentarily? I guess for being outside of time, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Don't be afraid to reset anytime, and it's T to reset. Okay. Well, let's reset in that case. We've ruined all our puzzles, so... Oh, you gotta hold it. So it's kind of got that, like, you'll learn everything as you go. Should probably explain what a metroidbrainia is for those of you that haven't heard about it, a metroidbrainia before. The metroidbrainia, generally, the definition is a game where like all of the knowledge is already there for you. You just need to be able to learn it, find it. Really big examples of the genre that you might have heard of before, like Outer Wilds, that's probably the most common one, where all the knowledge is already there, or all of the movements already there, you just need to know. Tokyo 2 Plus, that's one of my favorites to be honest. Yep, it's me again. I show up in lots of places around here all at the same time. Cool, right? Go explore a bit and get to know the place. The bridge in front of you should hold up unless you break something again. So look out for me. If you need to, just tap the signal output and I'll do my best to signal to you, wherever I am at your time. Sometimes though, I may only be able to flicker and fade. It means there's some change you need to make in that area before I can interact with you there. Fair enough. The signal is the T key. Yeah, I thought so. I'm pressing any input, don't you worry about it. And we've already pressed this button, we know that it destroys the world. So can we walk across this here? We can, but we can't walk up the stairs. But we can spawn the stairs in by clicking on them. And I'm guessing we can click on anything to be able to spawn it. Is there just like a certain amount of spawning that we can do? Like if we click out of this, oh, my apologies. Ah, I see. So yes, there is a certain amount of spawning we can do. Oh, but this whole thing is unspawned now. And we can't respawn it. Hmm. I think that probably like the best thing about all metroidbrainia is learning the rules as you go along and figuring out what exactly there is to do. Let's pick up this chroma while we're here. Hey LC, do you know that you have a giant camera for a head? Who's actually looking at me right now? That's me, my friend. I'm sorry you have to move around in space and time like that. It must be so cumbersome. If you're not out looking for my fragments, you should try these temples. They'll help you make sense of this universe too. Plus, they're cozy and warm in case it rains. Does it ever rain? I like to call the large red, green, and blue structures the rings, even though they're square-shaped. And the big bright thing in the blue ring, I call it the light gate. There are smaller gates out there too. You know, if I'm calling you LC, you can call me Zero. Ah, I was calling you Chroma, but Zero makes more sense, I guess. So yes, we can disconnect reds. So this means that we might be able to spawn more red things, potentially. Right, and that shows us that like there's red, green, and blues, and we've got no blues right now because we've effed up. Or we need to turn off something that is blue. Like this, for example. So, yeah, our blues are still effed. Alrighty. Wonder how we can get our blues back. Or maybe we can just reset. This does nothing right now. We still can't jump. What else? We've got a temple here, but the lights are off. And we can't walk inside right now. It's potentially that this is a blue temple, because this one's a yellow temple, right? Or it's potential that we spawn these in as yellow trees. Does this do anything? Ooh, it does do something. It adds light to the area. But does it do anything on the inside? Ah, not really. But we could turn these on. Does this do anything? Well, that's turned off red now, hasn't it? So we've only got, oh, red left on. Yeah. And that's me gone into space, whirring and falling. Let's reset. Oh, hello. Okay, now let's reset. So, what have we learned? We've learned a whole bunch, really, haven't we? Mostly about blueness. So we probably want to disconnect this from here right away, right? Now this will reset the world, wouldn't it? Or spin us around. Whee! And pushing it again, what does that do? Ah, so that definitely disconnects all the world. What are we on now? We can't exactly see. Okay, but definitely learning, for sure. So don't press that twice. Okay. And more importantly, don't, we can just, oh, no, we can't just jump off the edge. So we do need to, like, flick it once, right? And I just saw that there was a chroma part over there, a zero part, if you would. How do we get off this here? Thingamajiggy now. Oh yes, I remember. We gotta go like this. There we go. And that gets us down. It's like an elevator. Okay, so we've got 0 of each right now. That's, oh. Ah, but that's because we pressed the button, right? Okay, I see. So this is an elevator. The way that it works gets us down to the bottom floor. I just didn't, in my head, thought that this was teleporting me in my original little playthrough. And then this, we don't know exactly what this does because we haven't pressed it. But if anything, it will be very similar to what we did before. Now let's push this one. Now, what is actually in here? Because we haven't looked at this yet. We could spawn more blues, but that removes blues from our area, right? Yeah. So now we're anti-blues. Okay. So we must start. We must start at a very small number of blues. And over here as well. So we probably want to spend our time getting to locations with chromas first. And then figuring out the rules later. Because I feel like right now the rules aren't really coming to me as fast as I would like them to. And we can probably figure them out more by getting more chromas or more zeros and figuring out the rules from there. Though I guess that what this game is meant for is experimenting, right? So we got 1, 1, and 1. Alrighty. So we really should press this button at some stage, but right now I'm just gonna go grab this chroma without worrying too much. Yeah, I know. Doink. Well, that's one chroma down. Can we use this black chroma? Righty. What else can we do? Potentially something? No. Do you think grabbing more chromas now allows me to do other things? What is... Oop. Okay, so getting rid of the blue there also means that I can no longer walk through that area. So that's interesting. And there's no jump. There is a signal. Right. Zoom. I should probably be using that more as well. Okay. To see what I'm missing. Right. Whoop. So that does increase the numbers I've got, but it also makes me lose. So do we want to potentially increase the numbers that we've got for reds and blues? I honestly don't see why not, right? Especially blues. Because, yeah, so it does. And let's increase our numbers for reds. Yeah. Then we can potentially increase our numbers for greens if we do this. Perfect. Now we can come up here, take this out. That'll bring our blues number back up to 2. We can spawn this. We can remove this entire thing. We don't need this ladder right now, that's for sure certain. That just increases our blueness. Alrighty. Yeah, now I've learned all the secrets of this game, I'm sure. It's all about conserving your colors. When you're done exploring here, the rotate buttons don't always break everything around here. Be bold, be bright. Also, if you forget anything I say, just hit that input button where you freeze time. No scam, by the way, I don't know how you had it in you. And there's a dialogue log in there for you. Ah, exit. Alrighty. We can't wander over here though, so we probably want to get away from here now and go back towards like either the middle or somewhere else to be able to break down a color to be able to get more of that said color. So like we could break down red here to get more reds. Now that will get us that. We probably want to find a way to do a turn as well to be able to start getting onto these like walls, because I think that we've basically got everything that we need from around here. We can't color these in now, so yeah, let's go grab a rotate button and rotate our way around. Especially now that we've got Yoink. Oh! No. Yep, that's fine, that's fine. Perfect. I probably should have been looking where I went, but that is totally okay. So, will this teleport me? Potentially. Or try it. What is my reds on at the moment? Yes, okay. And then we can get out of here. Oh, and we're up. But that gives us another Chroma, another Zero, so... Oh! No, never mind. I effed it up. That is completely fine though. We can do that again. There's no harm in doing it again. Except now it's not letting me. Alrighty. But what else can we potentially do around here? Can we... Oh, let's have a look at this. So this is not working at the moment, but we could potentially get in here. Oh, what are these? Oh, these rotate. Okay. And what does this one do? Does that reset it back to basics? Right. And we can turn these off to get more of a certain color. What is the goal here, though? Is this just to teach us various things about rotational? That just goes one back. I thought it would reset it to the natural divisions, but no. And if we turn these trees on, what are we at? 6. Does that do anything? No. So we probably want to conserve as much coloration as we possibly can. Can we get that chroma up there? No. And what about this blue area? Is this going to teach us something new, or? It will. Okay, so reds turn off a red light. Is that right? Because, yeah, it looks like it, right? Because it's getting rid of the green from the yellow, the blue. Yeah. Okay. So let's turn off red and this will make them all dark, right? But then if we just turn red on, yeah, that just turns on the red light, turns on the green light, turns on the blue light. Right, so it's telling us for these ones what colors make them up, right? So for example, like a green here would be a mixture, well, it would just be green, but yellow here would be a mixture of blue and yellow. So like if we turn on blue and yellow, I mean blue and green, right, we get yellow? No. Which ones are yellow? It looks like maybe red and green make yellow. Right, I see. We can also test this by clicking on the yellow and seeing which ones go down, or clicking on the blue and seeing which ones go down, or pink. So like let's click on this pink and see if red and something else go down. Yeah, so red and blue went down in that case. So red and blue make pink, which is also what color theory states. So makes perfect sense. And this is just not going to teleport us anywhere now. We've used its one teleportation goods and services. We can also rotate now. Is there any T's in my area? There's one over here, and there's one over here. But we don't know how to get this bad boy yet. So he appears, he flickers, right? Because we haven't done what needs to be done to be able to actually get him. Yeah, let's do some rotational symmetry for a minute and see what that does to us. Whee! Okay. So, is this one all about... What is this one all about, potentially? We can turn that off. I think it's got to do with... colors, again. We can have a look into the temples and see what they tell us. Yes. Right. see, okay. Makes sense. I'll try and explain it. I'm impressed that you've already picked up on some of the connections here. This is new for you, though. It shows how binding works. So I hope you're paying attention and not just pushing random buttons again. Here's an example. If you bind energy to a black shell, just like the tree chunks outside, it would make them solid. For bridges instead, that could help your future solid body get to places your past body couldn't reach. Want to try it? I think you'll need a bit more power first. Let me give you some of my own energy. That should do the trick. Okay, so we get a new power. You need to set my energy, so hold down the red, green, blue inputs and keep them held down until you feel it flowing and you hear a big poopy sound. Wah! That sound means you've absorbed my energy, then you can bind anytime you like. And if your input device isn't registering all three inputs at once, I made you a little shortcut key you try holding instead. Fiddly input devices, you're welcome. Well, I don't really have a red, green, or a blue button. RGB. Well, I do have those. Or the F. Well, I will just press RGB because I can, but not everyone can, so I like the accessibility. Well, I am holding them down, and I don't believe that anything is happening. Let's hold in F. There we go. Perfect. So we can bind these, for example, right? That's something that can be bound. Or perhaps... There we go, yeah. So these will be bound to life, right? But does that use any colors? Yes, it does. Okay, it uses one of each color. So binding's not necessarily good. Can we undo bindings? Or no? No, okay. Yeah, because we don't really want to use colors if we can let it. But we can, and in fact it looks like we have to bind this, right? RGB. Well, now I'm holding RGB and F, and it's just not doing anything. So we can only bind certain amounts of things during a time. Kind of makes sense. I feel like if... Oh. There we go. Let's chroma these out. And we could... Can we click on these? No. Are these RGBable? Like, can I RGB into these? Or F? Or do we not? We don't have enough power, I guess, to be able to do it. And we can't get up here to be able to teleport at the moment. So, what else is my brain thinking? Anything with this white one, really. Pressing RGB does nothing right now. Pressing F does nothing right now. So let's just get out of this area for now and have a think about the next area. Because I feel like experiencing more puzzles will help us in some way. Or at least make me feel less stupid. Which we always like. Okay, so that does get rid of most colors. But we've got a lot of red, don't we? Do we have any green right now? We've got one, so we could use this. Get down to 0. We've got a blue as well. But what's happening here? Let's okay, so we've just got like a little area that we can run around in. Doesn't necessarily look like there's anything here, though we can color this. In which case, what do we get? Anything? We could potentially F this. Oh, that does do something. But maybe we don't have enough of a setting color to be able to actually do that. We've also got a lot of trees, so I'm guessing that coloring all these trees would count, but we don't have enough colors right now to be able to do that. So I'm guessing that would spawn a chroma at some stage. We can also have a look in this temple. Have we done that already? I don't think so. Ah, we've got a whole bunch of colours here though, so we can grab these. And get all of our colours back. Or at least increase them. Perfect. And come into here. Ah, well, we've got enough blues to be able to do this, right? Perfect. But what does this actually do? We can walk through it. Can we F it? No. Maybe if we get real close to it, then we can F it all we want. No. Okay. And that will turn it back off. Right, okay. So that must do something, but I haven't figured out what it is yet. And that is fine. We'll figure it out soon, I'm guessing. I'm just doing some experimentation right now. It's only, what, the first 30 minutes? So let's try and turn all these on. I think we've probably got enough colours to be able to do so. Yeah, and that'll add a chroma. Will this give us more energy though? The water, the trees, it all just feels right, don't you think? I agree. I do think it feels right. I come here a lot. It helps me think, keeps me calm, brings me peace. Do you have a place like that? Yeah, I do actually. Thanks for asking. Got a lot of places that bring me peace, for sure. And, hey, wonderful to see you, Elsie. Sorry I don't have anything to add right now. Just really like it here. Ah, well, I'm glad to hear that you like it here, my good friend. What I want to see is, well, you three are certainly lighting up, aren't you? But I don't really mind about you guys. What I want to mind about is something over here. We could also turn that off right now, but I don't really want to. You think if we turn all of these on, I'm not seeing necessarily a chroma over here. So nothing's lighting up right now. Anything over this side, perhaps? I also want to have a quick look this way. I know that there's a chroma there. Anything over here? Well, there's that one, of course. But anything in this room? Or is it potentially that I have to be standing in here when I turn these on? No, that does nothing. Perhaps we need to seal this up. No. Okay. But we are trying things, aren't we? And we're learning. That's all that really matters. So we could rotate again. That'll get us back to the start. Alternatively, we could do other things. We could reset. Ah, so rotating also brings down the number of your things. But we could potentially come over to here and lock this in now, right? But that's potentially... Yes, alrighty. And that'll let us come in here and seal this off, which should mean that we teleport? No. Okay. Nope. But we could do this. Let's remove these supports for now. And also remove any other supports that we might have. No, we've got nothing else active right now, it looks like. Can we... Oh, no, not T. Yeah. Perfect. And I do see you. I wonder if we get everything active, or... We are running out of a bit of colours though. We've run out of green. Oh, I know what we could do. We could potentially go over to green over here. Though these will be locked in for the next reset, right? So it doesn't matter too much. Are we standing on anything right now? No. So we probably want to lock whatever this is in so that we can actually stand on it in the next period. Will that run us out of... And then, have we still got any reds? Yes. Can we teleport now? No. But, and we can't really reset these, can we? I did also notice that there was a chroma in here, but we don't have the power to be able to F it right now. Or perhaps we do. It doesn't look like we do, to be honest. We could, you know, do this. So these temples are to teach us about the chroma ring, right? What about this one, though? This temple is locked right now. So we can't really do much with it. Perhaps we can F it. Oh, yes we can. I mean, that's going to reset us, but that's fine. We can reset. I don't mind. Do you reckon this will let us come back here? Now that we've done that. So let's go here. Come back. So the elevator should theoretically be locked now, right? I don't actually know. I could test it. And all of these should be pre-locked in from last time. Okay, so they don't stay pre-locked in. I thought that that was what it meant by, you know, what it said. Do you think that we have to bring all blues into here? We could potentially do that. Well, what's this? This is a, there's another color. So we are slowly getting more colors now. I've talked to you before, haven't I? I wasn't here before for you. There's some more me's in other spots too. Should be able to bind energy to empty blocks now. Try holding down the color of your choice and then interacting with the empty bridge here, for example. Keep an eye on the balance too. Making things solid like this isn't free. Right, okay. So I can hold down R, for example, and be able to... Well, I probably want to do B. And then R. And then I can get my B back, right? No. It stays like this forever. And then we'll do G. Perfect. Right, but then getting out of here. So this is another room where we want a whole bunch of greens. Can we bind any color to these, or does it have to be G? Like, G locks it in. I see. If we want to be able to remove it later on, we can do so by pressing certain buttons. Does that also mean that if we hold down B, we can remove it, or no? And that's the same with this as well, right? Like, we could theoretically copy like these trees, make them red, because this temple is glowing red. We could try that. Well, that's done something naughty. I thought that we would be fine. I'm sorry, game. Goodbye, world. Rest in peace. But I want... Oh! I just noticed that the balls, they seem to go when the world is disintegrating. So that's a good thing to know for next time. So now that the world's disintegrated, we've run out of green, I see. How do we run out of green? We've got all of our other colors. This is pink. So we can potentially And that gets rid of all pinks. Oh, okay. Come to me, Chromas. Come to me. No. What am I learning? Not much, honestly, but we'll get there. So let me try this again very quickly. So it does teleport me between the start and the back infinitely. Unlike the other one. Let's grab these colors right now. Perfect. Perfect. And let's rotate immediately and try and get as many colors as possible. We could get rid of a bunch of these colors now. We could also do this teleporter. Perfect. Let's get us... Okay, so we're on... Okay, so that teleports us over to here. I see. At this particular angle. Now, let me get this chroma. Come on, chroma. There we go. Nice, I didn't think you'd be able to get up here. You seem to be governed by gravity. That's too bad. Anyway, listen, you can see how things are balanced at any moment, and that might help you from breaking things too often. You know what? I'll write it down so you don't forget. You seem to like that. Is this going to give us permanently? Ah, button to permanently find out the balance. That's good. Then holding must be unlocked. Alrighty, what's my current balance? Oh, okay, so we've also got the mixture of colors in our balance as well, so that's handy. We probably want more reds, so we probably want to break things more down. This will just tell us about rotationals, I believe. But can we interact with it for green, for example? We can also break these down right now, right? Does this increase the amount of potential numbers we've got? Or not? We've got 4 reds right now, so that's handy. We can break this down. We can also use this, but it no longer acts as a teleporter. These are blue trees. We could potentially make these blue. This is the one that teaches us about color theory. Does making them blue do anything? No. The other thing I wanted to look at, and this is just for my own curiosity, I could probably... What's our numbers at? I don't think we could solve this right now, but we may be able to. I just don't think that we've got enough numbers. So let's rotate it. That also removes my numbers, which is kind of annoying. It'll go down 1. I also noticed that when we break down stuff, this also becomes there. You know, like this becomes accessible. So we may be able to like break these down and this to become accessible. And this will tell us about that, I guess. So I'm guessing white's all the colors. And then black is some of the colors, right? What's our T look like as well? We got 1 there. Anything else going on right now? Well, 1 over there that we can see immediately. Can we... I mean, we might be able to break this down, right? Because this does break down when we get rid of all the colors. I've also made myself stuck. No, there we go. We're out. Okay. And this is showing us the theoretical lines of everything right now. But we can't exactly go around and, like, waste colors in this area. Is the only thing that I'm thinking about. We could just like, rotate around a fair bit until we get there. We can also make this whatever color we want, right? We can make this R. That's totally fine. But that locks it in. I see, but maybe this needs to be R. Then this needs to be G. And then this needs to be B. For this to actually spawn anything. That seemed to have made a noise, so that's always good. Oh no, we've demolished the world. But perhaps this will teach us something. What color did we get rid of? B. Okay. And we can no longer go back to rotate. And does that get rid of any of these bad boys? No, it just makes more of them black. Okay. But we can no longer demolish... Well, we can demolish blues. This has now become yellow. Ah, so we could color these various colors, I guess. That's handy to know. Now, where's a... Well, we've got these chromas before. Don't really mind about them. I guess that our little goal is to grab more chromiums. Alright? Let's just reset for now. But I've learned something new, so that is handy. Not necessarily that handy, but handy nonetheless. Right. Wanted to see what happens. So eventually everything crumbles away. Right, okay. And the big chroma is like behind this little blue screen here. Let me just press T right now. So I'm missing definitely that one. It's one in this. How do we get inside this square? That's what I'm wanting to know. Do we have any like obvious teleporting ways? Doesn't look like it. So I think that, yeah, my next step is to get as many colors as possible. And to be able to do that, oh, never mind. And to be able to do that area. What area am I talking about? I do not know. Okay. There we go. Perfect. And let's grab this. Let's put this over here. We want to probably go one more right now. Do we have enough to go one more? Yes. Okay. Oh, no, we kind of want to go one more. Oh, God. I should have counted. Alrighty, well, let's just reset again. Experimentation, you know? That's the joy of these kind of games. Figuring it out. I wonder if that takes up any colors. Like if we start on... We could always middle mouse, I guess, to see how many colors we start on. Instead of using the elevator, it takes up any colors. Permanently or otherwise. So that gives us 2 of each. Let's quickly grab... Like, we could theoretically So every time that we do this, it does get rid of the color that is the mesh. We could also potentially bring enough blues over here to be able to do it. We could also bring enough reds over here to be able to do this. This would teleport us where exactly? Right now. It would teleport us there. Interesting. Interesting thoughts from me. We could quickly get rid of this color as well. Yeah, and I know about these black ones. These black ones are one of any color, well, one of every color. Or we can choose what color. What are these bad boys right now? These are whites. Can we potentially make these whites? Or is white a color that we can't do? We've got 3 whites right now. That'll use all of our blues, I guess. So if we press like RGB, RNG make blue, RGB, B makes, so we can choose what color we want. I see. That makes somewhat more sense, doesn't it? So could this theoretically be green? No. It can be grey. But hopefully you saw what I was trying to get with that. So this could be R. And then we can take the color away, right? It could also be all colors. I'm not exactly sure what we got at the moment. 5-3 something. We taken these colors away yet? Yes, perfect. Alright, let's try rotating now. The next one is our coloration wheel. Let's take some colors away right now. Yoink and yoink. Yeah, I know the secrets behind this temple. It's just I don't think I've got enough colors to properly. Yeah, no, we turn off all the lights, right? Yeah. That's what causes a reset, right? And this is showing us why, like, the lines are there. And what we've got when we've got each thing active. So right now we've got each line active for this one as well. So all of the colors are active here. But when we disassociate colors, that means that some of them become non-active. Like let's say that we run out of red. That'll make like this color black and this color blue, for example. Anything around here that I can see? No. Alrighty. But we've learnt about those disassociating colors now. What's our numbers at? 8, 4, and 5. Do we have enough to do this? Middle button. 5, 4, 4, 4. Well, let's try it, eh? I'm being very careful. Sure. This one's just red. Perfect. Ah, perfect. Another little chroma. Whew. Easy. Okay. Chroma, talk to me. There's a bunch of mirrors hanging out in this area. Signal and you'll see them. Above the red warp, inside those cool looking concentric ring spheres. Anyway, you're never going to talk to them by jumping or climbing, so maybe you can try from falling above them. Yes, I know that. But how am I going to fall from over them? That's the question. Like, I mean, I could teleport. But that'll just get me to here, right? That's not very helpful. Because I'm not anywhere near that sphere right now. I could try falling onto this bad boy, but again, I don't get enough horizontal leverage. You kind of drop like a rock. What else could potentially be a thing here? Again, we could drop from this one, but that will require greeniness. I don't know where green comes from at the moment. Where green goes to. We've almost ran out of green though. So we could keep our greens on. Teleport over to there. So that'll put us down to 0, but it won't put us down to below 0. But we could then become below 0 by just clicking on a tree. So let's try that, eh? This is what I'm very interested in right now. We could get to below 0. Oh no, this is already... So this will get us to 2 or 1. And then if we click on both these trees, then we'll get to below 0. Now, what I want to see is what that does to various green things in this area. Okay, so it just turns them off. Bye. See ya. But it doesn't turn them off. Yeah, but it does work like I thought it would. Where, you know, and this is now highlighted. So this will, activate maybe when all 3 of these are turned off. But we don't really have the power right now to be able to, get rid of all greens. We can actually choose though, right? What we're getting rid of. Like we can choose to get rid of blue or red. We might be able to dump a whole bunch of things into various oceans. We could fall off the ledge. Can we dump a whole bunch? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we can like just get rid of 3. But I mean, now if I click these, I'm getting them back, aren't I? But that's caused it to permanently do it. Though I don't think that necessarily like this is a good idea. But you know, I want to see what happens. So we do blue here for an hour, right? And what does this do? So this should make this 1 more, theoretically. I want to also see what happens over... Because now this red light's just on. And everything that's red is lit up. And again, we've got just the red lights coming through. Perfect. That's what I like to see. But this has not lit up. So this has something to do with just green, right? If that's the case. Maybe we just need green to be lit up here. And the only color that we got left is red. Now, how am I going to get rid of red? That's the question, to which I do not have an answer. Not really, anyway. We could click on the... Oh, there we go. Perfect. We could click on these. Oh, that's just the same green one. Wonder what these... There we go. Alrighty. So now, what does this do? Alright. Everything that is black, everything loses its color and falls into the void. But I've learned a whole bunch of stuff in that, so that's handy. Also, if you like metroidbrainias, can I just recommend jumping into the metroidbrainia Discord? Well worth it, to be honest. Okay. Let's grab these bad boys again. Okay. Beauty. What else? We could think about this here now. I don't think that we've got enough colors to be able to do that. But let's try and get as many colors as we humanly can to be able to do this. Because that'll give us one. We can come over here, grab this. We can come over here, grab that. Now what? And potentially... I mean, we've now got 4 blues, so we could turn these all blues on and see what happens. This will get us down to 0. That did do something. It made a noise. I don't know what the noise meant, but I also heard another noise when it deactivated. It didn't have enough blues to get out. But could I potentially put in another color instead of blue and get out and see what it does? I suppose I could, right? That'll just lock that in. Now this will do every which color. What happens? So I've got 4, 3, 3. What happens when I click this? Nothing. And then this will get rid of one of each. And this, I can choose what color I want to put into it. I see. So if I go here, and then let's put in blue, because it's my most common one. And then let's put in red, I guess. And then we step in here and step out. Do we teleport? No. I was hoping that we teleport over to here. I've obviously not learned entirely the rules yet regarding that. What else? But now that's locked in forever. Maybe we need to lock in this one as well. So let's lock this one in as green. Perhaps we need to lock in the whole thing, but I don't really want to do that if I can help it. Because we're running low on colors right now. We can grab some reds from over here, but that won't really help us too much, will it? Love this song, by the way. Great choice. Well, let's try locking in this red. This will be one of each. We've run out of greens now, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's just reset. I'm not too confident about what I'm trying at the moment, to be honest. So, I don't want to try something that I'm not too confident in. I know that the game just gave me like a little bit of a hint as well in regards to the what was I gonna say? These like the ones inside the orbs that you want to fall into them, but I'm not entirely sure how right now. Let's come into here. We'll lock this one in as red, I think. Because we can get heaps of reds. And then let's lock these in as blue. And see what that does, because that made a noise. Oh. What have we run out of? It must be blue. It's weird because we didn't run out of blue last time, did we? That we did this. Oh, right, because I picked the ones up at the start, but I didn't do that this time. That was silly of me, wasn't it? So let's make sure to pick these ones up this time. Because I feel like I'm only going to notice what this does. Maybe it's got something to do with this here. Because right now this is blue, red, green, right? So if we make this green, does that do anything? No. But it, very interesting. We come over to here, and then over to here, take this one, bring it over here, come over this way. Now, how many do we have? We got 4 blues. So yeah, let's make this green. And let's make each of these blue. No, that got us down. Why did that get us down? It shouldn't have. Unless making this green actually made it blue. Which actually makes sense, because I think I saw when I saw the numbers prior that happening, that it would erase the color that it is as well as the color that you select. So perhaps let's think about a different area. Though I still want to get as much color as possible never mind. To be able to do stuff. Very good English here. Too busy thinking. Though I'm not actually doing that much thinking. I feel like with video games like this, you probably want to be shutting up as much as possible. Which doesn't really make a conductive YouTube video, right? Because I'm trying to think and I'm trying to speak at the same time. It means that my brain's in 2 places at once. Generally, I find I'm a lot better at puzzle games when I'm shutting up. And generally, if I was to play them on my own, I'd be shutting up and thinking, but, you know, YouTube. And you could be like, you know, don't post this on YouTube then. But no. I've got to make that non-existent bag, baby. Alrighty. Let's go to, wait, we've got 4 blues. Okay, so there's all the blues that I can potentially get from this area. Now, when we activated all of these, that was when it gave a hint of we can fall onto these areas, right? But we can't necessarily rotate the world from here. There's that green. Still very confused about those. I understand like these whites. Understand that this allows us to fall. We could potentially grab both these. Yeah, so this rotates it that way. forever. And this rotates it the other way. So we find something that is just white, we can rotate it the other way. Right now, this is the only rotation of the thing that I've found. Oh, maybe if we click this with various colors, we can do something. Ooh, there we go. Aha. That was not something I expected, but it's something that I should have suspected. So red just does like a quarter turn. This gets us closer to getting into this middle area now, doesn't it? Can we? No, not quite. But now we can walk between the cracks. Not that that particularly helps, and now I'm kind of stuck. But that might answer like why that one's green, for example. Is that I can do that. So that is something that is modicumly handy. Though now I'm stuck. What happens if I walk off the edge here? We'll find out. Let's do it. Yoink. Give me your chroma. Give me your chroma. No. Alright. Let's reset. That one ends the world. But what happens if we press a red with this, for example? Does that just get rid of... That just gets rid of red. Ah, I see. Ah. That is actually somewhat handy, isn't it? Not that we can really do anything now, but I can see how that would be good for later. We could just try and get rid of green. Though we can't really walk across this bridge while there is just a certain color. But yeah, good to know. Because if we just got rid of green now, right, these would all fall down. What would that mean? We can try it, but we can't then cross over. Because you need both red, green, unless, let's try it. So it rotates it first. Ah. I must sound like a lunatic. And also, yes, it does get rid of the bridge entirely. My original thought was that maybe we could do like a T. Well, like an R or a G and make that and like make the bridge stay. But no. Yoink. It's probably the safest way to do it is click on it, run backwards. So yeah, does this remove our numbers at all though? Like if I press green? It does, okay. But that does make this more palatable. We just need to find a way to be able to get into it. Potentially from that pink there. Or by falling in from the red teleporter. The red teleporter will drop us there now. We could try it. Let's grab this, grab this, grab this, and this. Go through here. Go this way. come through here, do some yapping. Do we reckon that we can grab these colors now? Yoink and yoink. Thank you. Okay. If we rotate blue, does that do anything for us? Not really. So yeah, we probably want to go one across now. Do that. I legit was not recording any of that. So you just have to believe that what I've done so far since I stopped my last recording instead of this one is that I just went ahead and activated this one, and this one, which activated these three lights and turned on this little chroma. It's kind of warm right here. That certainly did something. Hey, things actually feel a little more balanced, I think. Let's keep going. There's more to understand on the other rings. Oh, and this should help. You should certainly notice that rotating the rings one way costs energy. But did you realize that if you rotate them the other way, it generates energy instead? You're ready. Give it a shot. Okay, so now I get a new power to be able to rotate the rings in reverse to accumulate energy. Okay. Well, that's handy. Most certainly. So that's another ring done. So we could theoretically... How do we rotate them in reverse, though? Do we right-click? Do we... Is there a button to do so? Do we press F and then click? Aha, we do. So now we're getting a bunch of energy back. So what are we at now? 999 or 14, 14, 13? We could keep on going forever, I guess. There's no penalty to this, as far as I can see. And this potentially might make it easier to get other chromes. Okay. So what about this bad boy? Let's look at it. Because I'm guessing that it's got something to do with something in here, right? Because we make, well, we could make these all blue. That will make a noise and activate that as blue, right? So that's just telling us how to activate various colors, right? So when we looked at that ring over which way, oh, there's no circles now either. That's handy. So if we rotate one back, we might be able to actually access those bad boys now. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, perfect. And where does this bring us? This brings us into the blue area. So for the blue area, we probably need to rotate it a couple of times, but that's fine because we can now get to the green area from here, right? Is the green area easy enough to fall into from here? Yeah, perfect. Alrighty, let's quickly grab this chroma as well. Hey, glad you made it. If you're bored of this magenta area, I know there's a way you can use a rotate button to only spring one ring at a time. Yes, I got that. Guess your past and future are a little mixed up. Has past you already done that? Positive future, you can do it. One ring spins are pretty cool, honestly. Really shakes the place up. Nice job, future you. Thank you. Alrighty. And we've got a whole bunch of trees to activate over here. So let's try that, eh? See what that actually does for us. See if that gives us anything whatsoever. Or we might just be doing this for funsies. But we've got enough things to play with. Yeah, it looks like it was just for funsies. So let's go turn them back off. Though I do want to kind of look into what this is doing as well. Nothing right now, but we potentially could turn all of these magentas on. But before I do that, let me turn these all off. And now let's try that. Yoink, 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 and yoink. Then let's turn this on. No, it still does nothing. Alright, well, let's get our points back in that case. Though I do notice that there's a magenta tree as well. As well as a blue tree. We could also potentially rotate reds while we're in green, now that we've got that ability. But I would rather rotate green now that we can actually get to it. As well as blue, actually. So let's do that. Let us rotate green. So this will get us into the alleyway, which we don't really want. That'll get us to yellow, which we might as well experience now. We could also tell it do green. Let's do green twice. No, blue. Yeah, like that. I want to just see what this does, because I think that if I remember correctly, oh, okay, so we're no longer able to teleport when it's at that angle. Which is unusual, isn't it? Maybe not unusual, but I wonder if there's just certain ways that it'll allow us to teleport. Maybe it has to be in line, like vertically with this bad boy. Well, that's not letting us teleport either. So we did this for no good reason. Yeah, probably. Sounds like something I would do. Alright, perfect. Okay, let's try and teleport now. This should theoretically let us, unless I've done something completely wrong. We have done something completely wrong, because we've now got bad boys again. So we can try, let's try doing this. F, 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 and F. Yeah, perfect. What's our colors at the moment? Oh, not equal. Oh. Well, what else can we do at the moment? And potentially attempt to try and fall onto a black sphere, right? How are we going to do that? This one's also got all colors. That might just because we've rotated green to be in an area where it shouldn't be. Because the thingies aren't here. Let's T. See if we can find. We've already got these three. We know what they say. Unless we're meant to grab them some other way, because the other ones that we've gotten have just disappeared, right? So we could quickly go and try and grab these bad boys that yellow, red, pink, and blue. That'll grab these bad boys. Yes. Well, do you like it if I painted it? No. If I made it red? Or green? Do you like it now? The water the trees, it just feels right. Right. And then these guys say, I come here a lot, how is things keep me calm, bring me peace. Do you have plans like that? So if I get rid of one thing, or if I get rid of everything, then do they still like it here? Because they still stay spawned, right? Are they upset at me now that I've got rid of these things? No. Mm-mm. I wish I knew. What did I do? I wish I knew. Nothing really. I was going to say I wish I knew more about the rules, but I don't actually really wish that. I'm quite enjoying the figuring out. Just, this one's turned too much. Because we were doing everything. Though we probably want to go backwards. And now we probably want to turn blue. Can we teleport now? I wish I knew why we weren't teleporting. Maybe that's it's just got something to do with orientation, I think, though. So let's move this back to here, magenta, and see if we can teleport again. Is it just because there's a hole here? And what does this hole actually lead to? Yeah, magentaness. No, it's not just because there's a hole there. What else mightn't we be able to do? Well, green's down at the bottom now, right? So let's do blue. To there. And now see if we can teleport through. Because this was how I was it when I originally could teleport. No, let's lock that in forever. What about if I just do like this? Yoink, 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 yoink. Yoink, 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 yoink. What am I even saying? I'm thinking, I guess. We turn these bad boys off. Does this give this a color? If we turn this as yellow and green, turn this off black. Turn this on yellow and green and green and blue and white and blue and blue. It's not really doing much of anything, is it? I did see these earlier, but maybe if I turn this off, it's got that little glow, you know. If I turn this one off and this one off, I'm unsure. What else can I possibly do? I can't do anything over here now. We've still got this little area. We could color these in and see what happens. Ah, that's done something. Perfect. We got another little Chroma Zero. Just wanted to let you know, in case you haven't realized anything, the hexagonal boxes like that green one nearby enable you to engage in multi-dimensional travel instantaneously. It's super cool, right? The warp box needs its exit node to be sealed too. Although that cool superpositional experimentally will not work. Magic only happens behind the curtain. It's a quantum rule. Well, that explains why it's not working. So anyway, close the warp behind you so you can use it again. Unless you want a quiet place to have some privacy or something. But that's why, because we fell out of it, so we couldn't reclose it. But that makes perfect sense now. What else can we potentially do? Well, we can attempt to fall on one of these, can't we? Let's try that. That'll be the last thing that we do in this little recording session of Chroma Zero. But I am enjoying myself. I love games that make me feel dumb. And this game's done that. There's probably the biggest compliment I can give it is that it makes me feel like an idiot. But okay, yeah, because we could potentially fall, but where? Maybe from here. We've tried this one before, haven't we? There's a little chromium here now, though. So let's go grab this bad boy. He wasn't here before. Hey, oh, sorry, I probably shouldn't have come down here. Yep, you're stuck now. My bad. Yeah, that was entirely your fault, my good friend. Alrighty, well, let's try and grab this chromium on the way down. No, we're way too far away for it. Oh. Let's teleport back up. And what else? Let's do one more thing. I want to teleport back up to green, so let's try that. Now we don't really need to worry about things, because we can get as much color as we want from just resetting this. In fact, I'm going to do it 4 times. There we go. Now we want to move blue. Kind of want blue to be, yeah, here. No, let's move blue 1 more, or 2 more. Then let's move green to be on the yellow side. There we go. And we'll be able to teleport up now. And we'll be able to close the teleporter behind us. So we can actually teleport around. Now, where is the other blue area? It's here. So now we can close the blue teleporter. And that'll let us teleport back over to blue whenever we can, really. This yellow light could also potentially be blue later. We've got the yellow little bad boy. What does this teleport to? Nothing. Might be a teleporter up there. Yes, there is a yellow teleporter up there. There's a chroma over here as well. That's definitely a yellow wall box at the peak. How can you reach it? Have you already? I get confused. I could fit through that hole up top, but you've got a giant camera for a head, so that's not happening. No, there aren't any companion yellow wall boxes for you to use. I guess you have to mix yourself one. See you up there, algae. Yeah, okay, so I can create a yellow wall box. by doing a green, well, doing a yellow wall box, that's fine. But then am I able to seal a yellow wall box? This is also interesting, isn't it? What does that potentially mean? Also, we probably want to activate these blue boys. What's our numbers at the moment? 14, 19, 17. Yeah, so we can definitely mix ourselves a blue boy here. Just for... But then... What are these with like little arrow things as well? Curiouser and Curiouser. Alrighty, let's figure out a way to fall down. And we can potentially... If we rotate these the right way, we can potentially fall into things. But before I do that, let's grab it over here. Okay, now let's see if I can just make myself a little, like, if I do blue and green. No, blue and red. No, red and green. Yes, that does make a yellow wall. But now I know that there was a thingamajig underneath us that I wanted to investigate. Yeah, perhaps I should have turned these bad boys on. Let's seal this back up just in case I need to get back up here. But let's try and fall and grab it at the same time. Yep, I did. Alrighty. Perfect. Not that I can jump, but that does light that up. So I probably want to light up blues and yellows, just based on blues and reds, based on those colors. So that one might want to be yellow. This one might want to be green. Like if I turn this green here, would that do anything? No. What's this color over here as well? That's what I want to see. Let's flip over. Because now blue's lit up. We probably want red. And if we light this up as red, does this do anything? No. So we want... This one might be green or might be black. There is a weird color over there, isn't there? And we've locked these in now, so lock this one in as well. Not necessarily bad, but it's certainly interesting. So we probably want to rotate this, don't we? So that when we come out, we fall maybe diagonally? Yeah, diagonally sounds good. But we'll end it here. I definitely want to play more of this. It's the monthly metroidbrainia, after all. But I've locked myself out of this teleporter now, so it's something certainly to think about. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, or subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. See you!